Putin's ghost ship spying on critical infrastructure in case of war. Folks, this is Fernando. Welcome to the channel and another video. Look, it's quite interesting to see how they're operating. We all know that, countries spy on one another. That's no surprise to anyone. But the extent to which they're not only spying, but already actively engaging on destroying critical infrastructure, it's quite telling. Check this out.
Is apparently a real Russian threat to the future of Europe's energy infrastructure. A team of Nordic journalists has spent the past year following dozens of Russian vessels in the North Sea. Now, many times these ships are registered as fishing trawlers, but these reporters say that the crews on board, they're looking for more than just seafood. DW's Terry Schultz has the story.
They're called ghost ships because they often creep silently through the North Sea with their communication devices turned off.
Big difference.
But unlike the legendary vessels cruising with spirit crews, these Russian ships most definitely are manned by men.
If you turn your communications off, you basically don't want to be detected. Why the hell would you not want to be detected when you're doing something legal, legitimate, that it's not something that could be considered otherwise? Well, it's quite obviously the case. Now, if you turn everything on, there's just a small light signal and not a whole lot more than that.
Men who didn't like these Danish journalists looking at them.
I think
that guy is a soldier. It's not just you probably see the size of the chest, body armor. He's carrying a gun, and yeah, boats sometimes, ships sometimes have security, especially in the coast of Africa where it's much more needed. North of Europe, no, forget about it. Let alone like this. This guy is actually patrolling. He's not just an armed security guard of a commercial boat.
Staring at us. Gewehr.
Dude is a soldier all day long.
Russian spy ships using the cover of fishing, training, or oceanographic research are nothing
Filming
new.
them back.
For decades, they've surveilled nations' pipelines, underwater cables, oil and gas infrastructure, and military exercises.
Intelligence activity is done on top of normal commercial activity, and it is very difficult to keep track of everything.
After the sabotage of the Nord Stream gas pipelines last September highlighted the potential for such attacks, NATO stepped up its assistance.
We have established now a cell at the NATO headquarters to coordinate efforts by NATO allies. This is something which is high on the NATO agenda.
But the Nordic broadcaster's investigation underscores just how widespread and blatant the activity can be.
Listen to this.
They tracked the routing of 50 ships going back years and discovered that several hundred may be involved. One ship in particular caught their eye. Months before the Nord Stream attacks, the Milkart 5, officially a fishing trawler, crossed a major undersea cable off the Svalbard archipelago 130 times just before the line was cut.
Cross 130 times before. I mean, they obviously did it. Now, no country is free of spying on others. All countries spy, and the larger the country is and the more powerful it is and the more relevant its military is, the more likely it is to spy on one another. Now, there's ways in which you do it, and also big difference is actually going against critical infrastructure. We saw the Chinese spy balloon in the United States, right? Well, was it attacking anything in specific? No, it was obviously there, and they didn't care if it was seen. So that just tells you that they wanted to be seen, and they didn't care if it was. Now, in this case, not only do you have these boats that are obviously not commercial boats, you're looking at boats that are not only spying, they're also operating, such as cutting lines. And in the case of acknowledging these things, well, it's sometimes not in the best interest of anyone. I mean, they're not going to be admitting it. And even on the other side, if you admit that Russia is actively attacking your critical infrastructure, you have to engage and you have to respond, maybe more than you're willing to do at certain moments. So don't be naive. Don't let the different agendas in the media mislead you. You're looking at a situation in which Russia is in active hot war with the West. How far this goes or not, we will see. But don't be confused about what's going on here. Guys, see you in our next video. Take care.